Hey everybody, Rosematter here, and welcome to my reaction and discussion for episodes 2 and 3 of the Fate Zero anime. Thank you guys so much for your positive feedback and reception to this new series and to episode 1. I know I had a million questions. It was a lot of exposition. That's basically what the first episode was. Introducing the characters, introducing the world, and it was a lot, actually. It was a lot for me to try and keep up with, so I had some trouble grasping certain things, but you guys explained it in the comments, especially the magic aspect, so I thank you for kind of clarifying some things for me. I also looked at the kind of like synopsis of the characters, didn't get into spoilers or anything, just to see how they relate to each other. So I have a better understanding of the families and the character relations, so I'm feeling a little bit better about this going in. I feel like I got more of a grasp on it, and it was a promising start. I really liked kind of the RPG aspect of it, like the whole thing about the different classes, the servants that are summoned by the masters, and they have like their pros and cons, their weaknesses and their strengths, and people even said that the servants actually kind of have stats in, I think, like the manga or something, so I could check that out, which I haven't yet, but I should do that. But yeah, I am really excited to see like the servant and master, like how their relationships are going to be. I also love the idea of like the battle royale thing. Like I love battle royale, just, you know, media in general. So I'm really excited about the actual like fighting, but I imagine it's probably going to be a little while before we get into like the big war, the holy war. I think this is basically these, for a while, it's just going to be kind of like the training, the relationships between the people, and I'm down for that too. I'm excited to see like what these episodes have for me, but I'm also excited to get into the fighting aspect. But I'm also gonna try and like keep track of the character names. And I told you guys in the first episode that's gonna be, I think, my big problem is just remembering the names. And you guys even said like, oh yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to try and remember, especially because a lot of them have kind of similar names, a lot of male names that start with K. So it's gonna be kind of hard for me to remember. You guys said like, who is your favorite character so far? You were asking me that. I have to say, I like Waver. I just kind of like, he's just like a fish out of water. Like he's not supposed to be there. He is just kind of the underdog, and I'm always a sucker for the underdog characters. And he just seems kind of goofy. And I also like the guy, the uncle, who took over for his niece, because I'm just a sucker for that kind of like family, like self-sacrifice, guys who are good with kids. I'm a sucker for that stuff. I'm hoping that maybe he'll be able to wish his beautiful face to come back, because it's very unfortunate how he looks right now. But those are my two kind of standout characters. So, but I mean, who knows? Things can change. I will learn more about certain characters. Maybe I'll learn to like certain characters more or dislike characters that I start off liking. So we will have to see. But let's go ahead. Let's watch episodes 2 and 3, and we will have a discussion afterwards. So let's get into it. Okay, so that's waivers, right? Rider. Okay. Wait, we're jumping right into, okay. Or something, I'm like, did I fast forward? Am I watching an episode ahead? Or are we doing like a fast forward of like these guys? Because when I saw this guy, my first thought was like, he's like a barbarian or something. Waver doesn't seem too happy with his servant. Okay, so we're jumping right into like a little bit after the initial summon. So another thing that surprised me, that people told me in the comments, was this takes place in the 90s. Because like when I first started watching this, I just saw the big castles, and I thought that's, you know, fantasy. My instinct for fantasy is, oh, it's going to take place like hundreds of years ago. And it seemed like that at first, like it seemed like royalty and everything. And then we jumped into later in the episode, and then people were wearing kind of more like casual clothing, more like modern clothing. And I was like, wait, when does this take place? What the heck? So far I know Saber, because she's like the main one, you know, and now we have Ryder. And apparently they're just going to be known by that. So like basically what their class is. So that will make it very easy, at least for me, to remember the names of the actual servants. The humans will be a different story. And as for the character that I'm like the most like indifferent about, I would say probably the priest, just because I don't really know anything about him. Like his motivation, I'm just like kind of meh on. Okay, we're with this. So this seems to be like a waiver episode. He's such a little goof. I like how Waver's like, oh, I didn't realize I'd have to actually do work. Ew, I don't want to do this anymore. I like Ryder already. He seems to be very nonplussed about just being summoned into like the modern world. So I think of all the servants, he's probably gonna have the most personality. I also love that trope about like a character who's coming from like a different timeline trying to relate to like the modern times that they've been brought into. I find that really fun. Yes, that's the big question is what is the big wish? Like what is everybody going to wish for? I was going to say I want people to aw. Well, man, oh man, I'm just liking Waver even more because oh, he's even being picked on by his servant. Like he's just like kind of like a nerdy loser, and he's just like, I just want people to respect me. Aw. Oh, poor Waver. Oh, kind of a lame wish, but it's a relatable one. He's just such a little weenie. I just love Waver's like, I can't get no respect, not even from the guy that I literally summoned to serve me. Right, exactly. But now I'm afraid Waver's gonna. I could see him maybe turning into a little bit of a douche, getting like his mad with power. Okay, so that's some new information. As long as you don't hurt anybody. Oh shit, okay. Yeah, that's wow, so he can summon weather? Okay, yeah. That's pretty cool. Or he can okay, so he can summon familiars. Or that's a chariot, okay. Okay, so that's this guy. And his little daughter. She's so cute. And like I said, I'm a sucker for a guy who's good with kids and who's like a family man, so I'll probably like this guy too. Even though he is a mage killer. Well, look at her calling him by his first name, the disrespect. But I'm okay with her calling him that if it means that I'm going to learn his name quicker. I imagine she's probably going to have a very stoic kind of personality. I wonder how long they've been summoned for. Probably still pretty recently. And the thing is, too, like, Kiritsu. Oh my gosh. I'll just call him Kiri for now. Where he seemed surprised that she was summoned. It seemed like he was expecting somebody else. The incident during your summoning still bothers you. Okay, let's do a flashback of this. Oh, okay. I'm happy that there's actually a woman in here. A little bit of a boys' club. Although people said the Fate Zero series, or the Fate series, tends to be very female heavy. Okay, so that's the whole thing about the King Arthur. I was gonna say, I was like, he literally, she is a servant. He's a master. He summoned her, and then he's all upset about her plight, but he's gonna use her as a weapon. Now, here's the thing: do the servants get anything out of the Holy Grail either, or is it just the masters? So that's pretty grandiose. Very different from Waver's just be like, I want people to respect me and not make fun of me. Thing is, save the world, that's such a vague wish, you know? It's like, I wonder how, if you have to have it be something specific or if it's going to be a situation like, depending on your wish, if it's vague, maybe it will go wrong, you know? You're not more specific. Didn't he say that the mom was gonna die or something? And she said, so maybe that's it. Maybe the mom is preparing to die. Because I think this is like about 8 years. Like she was gonna die in 8 years or something. Or am I mistaken? Maybe he wants to save her. I don't know. Damn, it's cute. Cute. Okay. Who am I going to hope for winning? Okay. This is I have seen this. I think I've seen this. This is the like creepy guy who does this the freaky summon. At least this is early on. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay. I didn't see any of this stuff. I don't think. I have. Okay, I have seen this one. Oh. So he's a serial killer. Okay. Oh, so he just stumbled across it. This poor kid. I know what this kid's fate is, and it's so sad, and I'm kind of upset that I ruined it for myself, but at least this is happening early. Okay. So does he even know about the holy war? Like he's got to participate in it right now because like he's got the thing on it, so he's one of the masters. Obviously, I don't want this guy to win. This is the guy with the big bug eyes. Yeah. What was his name again? I think it was like Castor. So he's like a magician, or not a magician, but like magic. Caster. Yes, I was right. Okay. Oh, he's so creepy. I don't like it. I don't like staring at it. I guess that's the whole point. Ew, ew. Oh, I didn't remember certain parts of it, just the whole thing. I like kids and little girls. Ugh. But yeah, he doesn't even know about the Grail. He's just like, I'm just doing this for fun. So that's the thing, like, do the master and the servant kind of have to agree on what the wish is going to be? Or does it not, like, even if the servant doesn't agree with the wish, they have to fulfill their duty anyway? Although the rider straight up was like, if your thing is for world domination, I'm gonna have to kill you, or like we can't both be doing it. He's just like disappointed. Oh, this poor little kid. I know what his fate is. Ugh. I mean, even without having seen this, I would know that something's up with this. This seems too good to be true. Like, I know the kid's not gonna get away, but I'm just like, why? Why'd you have to hesitate? And yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for those of you who are like hoping that I would be able to react to that blindly. I'm not gonna lie and say I haven't seen it before. Ugh, poor kid. But I promise that is all I've seen. Pretty sure that's all I've seen from this. I'm sure this guy's gonna have some other moments. No. With my luck, this guy's gonna end up winning. Bluebeard. Okay, so sometimes they are given names other than their class. At least Bluebeard is something easy enough for me to remember. So that's it. That's all the masters done. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, he just got a little bit more interesting. Here I was thinking like, yeah, he's kind of boring, but I'm like, okay, okay. I like that we're getting into this kind of stuff. Like episode 2, it's like already starting to pick up a little bit. We're getting to see the servants. We're getting to see kind of like their abilities. We're already seeing some betrayal. We're seeing some new interesting characters being introduced. Oof. Well, wow. What? Shit. Is he already dead? Can they die? I assume so, because it's a battle royale. Damn. Okay. What happens if a servant dies before the battle royale even begins? Okay. Well, that was an interesting episode. So there we go. We've been introduced to I don't think they specifically said who that one was, the one who just got shot. So we've got Archer, we've got Saber, got Caster, Ryder. Okay, I can remember those names at least. We're already having new outros. Okay, we're gonna get a little bit more into the servants, it looks like. I like the look of that one, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cute. Oh god, that's he's my least favorite looking one. Oh god, he's so gross. I think I'm gonna like Saber too. She's just like, not just because she's the only female one, but I just like the idea of that. I don't know, she seems like she's got good intentions and she's strong and she's brave and she has like her moral code. Oh, it's time for the. It's already gonna start soon? Oh, I'm excited if that's the case. Damn. Gilgamesh. So this guy knows that he was just someone was coming after him. Oh, okay. Interesting. He's definitely a very fickle and he's got no loyalty. Interesting. Okay. So it's the little bit of a tenacious relationship there. I guess that makes sense. I was like, they've literally been summoned to fight. for a master. And it's just like I don't think there's going to be any sort of like bond there. That so yeah, what happened to that guy? Like he's just gone now? That's what I'm wondering is like can he summon another servant if his servant is dead before the battle even begins? Because in that case, like if you wanted to, you could always just have your servant go and just take out all of the other ones before the battle begins, and then that's the case, do you just win by default? I want to see more of that guy. He's my other favorite. Assuming the fact that we're going right to this city where this thing takes place, I was kind of hoping to see more of like the servants interacting with the modern world and, how they react to it. But what was I gonna say? And I was like, there's a lot of the characters that we haven't seen yet too before we get to that point. I mean, my guess is with as much fanfare as Saber gets, I'm gonna guess she wins. That's my guess anyway. Assassin was killed. Okay, so Assassin's already dead. I feel like this is the only one where we're gonna have kind of that funny interaction. They're like the comedic characters. And also the fact that he lives with his grandparents and he's got to hide this gigantic guy in his room. Okay, that explains it. They're not supposed to be out in the world. No one cares about Assassin. Oh yeah, he was lame. Feel bad for the one who summoned him. It's just like, well, you're already done. This I like. I like that we're having this. It's like, of course, in the modern world, they're going to be excited by certain things. Bill Clinton, right? Oh, the 90s. That's right, because it took place in the 90s. I love that. Okay, so they actually see the things that happen. Do they have some sort of like vision of how they got taken down because they know all this information. Noble phantasm. Okay. Okay, so it's like their special move. So maybe Waver shouldn't get so cocky that Ryder's gonna for sure win. Obviously, they're all gonna have really awesome powers. I could have a whole spin-off series on just these two going on hijinks together. Oh, well, he didn't. I don't think he even really wanted to do it in the first place, right? Maybe he did that on purpose, knowing he was gonna lose. He's just like, okay, I didn't even want to do this holy war in the first place. Okay, so he wanted that to happen on purpose. It did seem like, huh. Okay, so there's still assassins. Okay. Ah, okay. Ah, all right. Are you allowed to do that to have your guy pretend to be dead? Because if you go into the Holy War, I have to assume that they have to announce that you're there. I'm a little confused about that. And also, he said that he was granted sanctuary. He's out now. Does that mean someone else is going to take his place? But he's got the thing on his hand. She's so cool, but she's almost too cool. It's almost a little off-putting how like nothing seems to just phase her at all. Okay, so that's why well Ryder didn't seem to wow, what a try hard. I just love how Ryder is still super excited about stuff, even though he already knows about all this stuff. Oh, someone's got a dirty mind. Everybody's just staring. I guess they do look kind of odd. Yeah, especially with all those, like, servants there. She's just like she's like a little dress up doll for her. She's like, I need you to coordinate with me. Oh, I would definitely be her. I'd be like, I want to go do some exploring. I want to be a tourist. Oh boy, that's got to be a big puppet created for the Holy Grail War. Well, she did say she was expected to die, I think, right? From the first episode? And meanwhile, there's Saber over here who's literally been brought from like ancient times and she's just like meh about everything. Oh, well, there we go. Okay. All right, Saber, she's not quite as cold as she seems. He's probably gonna know, be like, he's not dead. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Those two are after each other. That's right, the priest and the mage killer. 8 years old. That's what she. Oh, that's what she said. The 8 years old. In 8 years, something's gonna happen. Oh. Oh, okay. Um. Hmm. Hell. Okay, so that surprises me because one, he's got a wife, and two, um, I'm not 100% sure if the name sounds feminine, but I wasn't sure if it was a guy or a girl. Maybe it's because he knows she's gonna die, so it's just like, I don't want to get too attached to her. You guys can let me know if I'm mistaken about that. They made it seem like this woman is destined to die. Who knows, maybe she'll fall in love with Saber. I mean, yeah, it's hard not to fall in love with a courteous knight. Especially one that makes a suit look good. Are they gonna go frolicking in the sea together? Oh, okay. Aww. I'm waiver right now. I'm just like, no, I would be like, just kill me now. Oh, that's terrifying. All right, here's a new one. Lancer. Okay, whose servant is he? Is he my boys? Is he my old boys? I should know because they have it literally in like the opening and closing. Uh, oh, here we go. Get the transformation here. Yeah, the opening and closing, like the outro, intros and outros. I'm like, I should pay more attention. Yeah, let's see this master. Is she allowed to be there even though she's not actually the master? Hmm. All right. Okay, well, we're gonna stop there, huh? Okay. But yeah, like, I assumed that there was going to be an actual, like, arena or something that they were gonna go and they were all gonna fight together, but it seems to be more like they can just challenge each other wherever and whenever they want to. It doesn't even have to be in that specific city that they're supposed to meet up in, as, you know, from the assassin, the apparent killing. So it's just like apparently you can just kill them before you even technically get to the city it's supposed to take place in. So it's just like, what are the rules to this? And the whole thing that she is allowed to be there even though she's not technically the master. Although it said that she had magic powers. She had like healing powers, which is interesting. But yeah, we haven't seen the old. I keep calling him old. I know he's not old. He just looks old because he got like eaten up by those worms. So there's that guy. There's trying to think of who else. The master that we haven't seen yet. Okay, so what do we got so far? We got Saber. No, Saber, Assassin, Lancer, Archer, Rider, Caster. Who's the seventh one? Ah. Okay, so I really enjoyed these two episodes, and I'm really glad that I've decided to watch two episodes back to back for the near future because it just keeps things moving along. I wasn't expecting us to already start to kind of get into fights this early on. I'm not mad at all about it. I'm just a little confused about the numbers though, because I don't think that that is oh my gosh, what is his name? I know it starts with a K as well. I'm just gonna look it up real quick just to see so I stopped calling him the old white-haired guy. Karya, that's his name, Karya. I don't think his is Lancer. So I'm like, I was going through my head. I'm like, so there's seven, there's supposed to be seven masters and the seven servants. But then the assassin has apparently been taken out, but not really. But I was going through, and I was like, okay, so there's Lancer, Assassin, Caster, Rider, Saber, uh, Archer. We're missing one. I don't know who we're missing here. And he hasn't shown up since. He's like one of my favorite characters, and he hasn't shown up. What, like, it seems like everybody has been introduced. Even like a new guy, like the psychopath, the headed guy, with Caster, he's been introduced, but my boy hasn't shown up yet. And I'm just like, he's the one I wanted to see. And I'm like, where is he? Like, what happened with him? But I am glad that we're getting more, like, it seems a lot of screen time. The two standouts definitely are Ryder and Waver and Saber. And Ilya, I think that's her name. So they seem to be the two standout ones so far. So I'm wondering if, like, the next couple of episodes, we're going to get more into the other characters a little bit more. But what else can I say? That was interesting with the priest, where it was a tactical thing to make it seem like his assassin, his servant, got killed, and they're hiding in the shadows. I'm guessing waiting to strike later, and that whole thing where whether that was like a purposeful thing where he backstabbed the other guy, the dude with the red suit, with Archer. Um, I don't know if that was like a calculated thing. It seemed like it was pretty calculated, but interesting that the priest just decided to flip and take him out. That was unexpected and makes it a little bit more interesting. Because the priest, in my opinion, was like the most boring character. But okay, I'm like, oh, it's interesting that it seems like he didn't seem like he wanted to do this in the first place. He kind of got forced into it. So, um, Yeah, definitely some betrayal going on there. I liked Saber. At first, she seemed like a little bit of a cold character, but I liked her backstory and that she seems to have a soft spot for that I think Ilya, or is that the daughter? Is the daughter Ilya or is the mother? I think they both their names both start with I, which makes it more confusing. But that was a cute little moment where she was like, "I'll be your knight and I will accompany you." And yeah, that whole thing at the end with the Lancer showing up, I'm just like, who has Lancer? I'm trying to remember the characters. I'm just like, is my boy showing up or is that someone completely different? But yeah, I'm also a little confused about like the rules where it just seems like I like I said, I thought battle royale. My assumption is battle royale. They're going to be in like a certain area where they all have to fight, but that doesn't seem to be the case. But I'm okay with that too. I like the fact that they can just challenge each other wherever and whenever they want to, and take each other out. Because if it was an actual battle royale and they're all just going at each other at the same time, the same place, I imagine it would be over pretty quickly. And this is a pretty decently long series, so I'm kind of digging that they can kind of pick each other off. And I'm excited to see more about it. Like the fights are already happening, so that's cool. And I want to know more about the servants. So um, what was it, to Archer? He definitely seems to be very arrogant and he's just doing this for his own gain. Castor, obviously, horrifying. So that's one, obviously, I don't want that guy to win, but his introduction, like just this complete psychopath with his psychopath uh, master, it'll be interesting to see how they are going to factor into what his special power is going to be. I'm just really digging it. I am really excited to see where it goes from here. I apologize if my discussion is basically me just rambling, but I really liked it. After the first episode where it was good, but it was just a lot of like info dump, it's nice to kind of have the story now moving along and having a little bit of action in there and a little bit of comedy too with Ryder. Like in terms of the servants, the standouts for me, Ryder and Saber, but that's also because they've got the most screen time. But we barely scratched the surface on this, and I'm very excited to see what the next couple of episodes have in store. So I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction and discussion for episodes 2 and 3 of Fate Zero, and stay tuned next week for episodes 4 and 5. Until then, bye guys.
Special thanks to my top tier patrons: Nana, Sparky, Jared Fan, Joel Ostman, Harry Gazif, Pirate, Pancake G, Asborn Kennedy, and iCognito.